Welcome back, everyone. We have the final match, the winner's match, not the final match. You know what, because we have one more tomorrow, but the winner's match of Group A. It's going to be ANOX and Misfits going up against each other for the opportunity to move on to the Face It and ELEAGUE finals at the end of September. It's very exciting for me to find our first team to qualify. And joining me on the desk for this moment of excitement, I have Ash Joshi and I have DDK. Guys, how do you feel about this matchup?
It's going to be a good one. I think we just saw some great performances out of Misfits and ANOX. ANOX a little bit more on fire than they have been in previous weeks, so Misfits definitely have their work cut out for them.
And the cool thing as well is that this is a rematch of the finals of the first week of qualifiers. And because of that, I feel like we've seen a generally static play from ANOX across the last few weeks. They had that, again, like people refer to it as this kind of Cinderella week where everything was amazing. And then that kind of they'd lost the dynamism to their play. And contrast to that, we actually see Misfits. To me, they seem like a team that are very, very. They have so much to offer from innovating new strategies. There's so much from player to player as to all the different heroes that they can play and how they can mix it up. So it's always really interesting to watch them. I feel it's more about the individual skill, but players like Cypher have a lot of that, and that's always fun to watch. We saw that just now.
Yeah, absolutely. We did get to see Misfits play last week at the Overwatch Atlantic Showdown, and they put on an incredible show. They showed they were able to play on stage and in front of a crowd, which is so huge. But as DDK said, ANOX has some of those historical esports players who have put in so much time on stage, playing in front of audiences, playing with massive amounts of pressure. So these are two teams that I'm really hoping to see make it all the way to the finals of Face It and ELEAGUE in September, because they are the ones that kind of, to me, have the most experience. They're going to put on, I think, the best show.
Yeah, so keep in mind, everyone at home, this is a $300,000 event, and we are finally at crunch time. This is the deciding match, the first of many throughout this week, that will send a team to Atlanta for those finals at the end of September. $300,000 is a lot of money. Obviously, it's not all going to one team, but 16 teams from across Europe and North America will be battling it out in Atlanta at the end of September. Misfits or ANOX could be the first ones there.
Absolutely. And based on just the performance that we've seen today, and especially considering the maps which we have available, which are Kings Row, Nepal, and Dorado, what are we expecting to see out of these two teams here? They know each other fairly well. As you mentioned before, DDK, they did face off at the beginning of this league, which left Misfits ahead by 3, although ANOX did win that first matchup.
I mean, I personally feel like right now, Misfits will always be quite the favorite because, again, they have so much variety to everybody on the team. They really seem to understand how to do the shot calling. They have always the extra steps to what has become more kind of basic strategies in the top level of the metagame, but they're still thinking ahead of that. And generally speaking, I see so much more awareness as to how they're supposed to attack certain situations, whereas with the coordination aspect on the flip side with ANOX, I feel like that's where they struggle a lot. So the payload maps, I'm going to really be looking towards them really nailing that coordination, because that's something that almost Misfits can take for granted. So because we have 2 payload maps, I feel really kind of bad for ANOX, but they might surprise us.
Well, Jurosar brought this up about ANOX, is they were sort of losing their team coherence, and they said in an interview, we really need to find out how to fix it. Then they had this amazing game today. We asked Rubicon, how did you fix it? Did you figure out what the problem is? And he goes, I don't know. Suddenly we're just doing a lot better. So, they might not have a grasp on why they're doing better, but they certainly are, and I'm really looking forward to this matchup as a result. ANOX and Misfits both playing at the top of their game, and you're going to get to see it right after this short break.